and welcome to IoT Unboxed, episode 1, titled Plugging the Leaks, IoT Saves Water and Assets. So in today's episode, we'll be talking about how IoT plays a role in early detection of water leakage. And for that, I have Ms. Nazha Naeem with me. Ms. Nazha, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Yes. Hi, I'm Nazha, working as a product manager at Disruptex. I'm leading the product development for facility monitoring and asset performance monitoring right now.
Perfect. Again, welcome to our first episode.
Thank you.
So you bought these interesting devices with you. Can you tell me more how these devices actually work?
Yeah, sure. These are basically leak detectors or water leakage detectors. So we have this sensor, for example, which works on conductive principle. There are two detectors here. You can see this metal, and anytime water falls on them, it will send you an instant alert on the platform, and you can take preventive action. This device also comes with an audible alert, so it will also raise noise for about 3 seconds, so you are alerted audibly as well. We have another version also of the device, water leakage detection again. The probe is here, and the detectors are again a metal detector is here for detecting water. So you can just place these on the wall, and the probe can extend where you want to monitor the leakage, and it will again detect water leakage for you.
Okay. So in principle, basically, so if there's a water leak and there's water on the surface, so that would then allow conductivity to happen here, right?
Yes,
and
correct.
That's what triggers the water leak.
Yeah.
Interesting. And for this, it's again the same principle, I assume. So there are these two probes, so when water touches them.
Yes,
Again,
it will
okay.
send an alert.
So this one here, I see that you have a probe here, and then I believe this would be the transmitter, right?
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
so this is what will send the data,
The information.
to the platform. Okay, excellent. So, why are there different form factors of these? Can you tell us more about
So
that?
if you have leakage occurring somewhere frequently, and you just want to place sensors that on the floor itself, you can just use these simple sensors for that
Okay.
purpose. But if you want to cover a wider area and there's no way to install it on the floor directly, you can just place this on the wall and extend the probe to where you want to monitor your water leakage.
Interesting.
And the probe can come in different types. So right now we're having a 1.5 meter probe. If you want like a rope type of detection where you want to cover a larger area, let's say 3 meters, you can use a rope type of probe. Or if you have a wider area like a mesh that you need to place and it will detect water in that mesh and send you an alert, we have another option as well. So it just depends on the use case, where you want to monitor. Based on that, we can suggest the right hardware for you.
So basically, there are different form factors of this probes itself, right?
Correct, yeah.
So I assume maybe the one you're talking about, the mesh. So I'm thinking maybe inside my house, I could put that maybe under the washing machine because it's like a mesh type. You could easily slot it underneath, right?
Or
So,
HVAC and stuff.
or an HVAC. Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Maybe in our future episodes we could actually bring those devices and talk more about them as well and show them to our viewers.
Sure.
Perfect. So water leakage is very common. Well, in not just in our households, but it could happen in residential, commercial buildings. It could happen in hospitals, even industries, right? So could you tell me more on the use cases for water leakage across the industries, how they're actually utilizing it?
Yeah. We get a lot of demand when it comes to water leakage, especially for areas that needs to be remotely monitored, where human interaction is not very frequent because people can't identify the leaks early on. So it could be like electricity rooms, whether it's in residential or commercial properties, or even power rooms where electricity is a factor and it can cause health hazards also. And sometimes it's just underground basements where again human interaction is not very frequent. In that case, you can place this leak detector, so anytime water is detected, it sends you an alert and you can send somebody in to take an action on that immediately.
Perfect. So again, they would also be very good to place in ceilings, right? Because why I mentioned ceilings specifically is there was once an incident in the building I used to live in, and this was at the lobby. I believe there was a leakage at the ceiling, and that actually caused a lot of damages, and they had to spend a lot of money to replace the full ceiling. And of course, apart from being not very pleasant to look at, certain areas were blocked off, so people couldn't walk there, so it was an inconvenience. Well, I guess that's very interesting use cases.
Yes, and that's another highlight that you mentioned, where water leakage can also cause damage to assets, so which caused a lot of repair requirements for your building.
Exactly.
So that happens with some of our clients also, which is why they are looking for such solutions.
Exactly. So now you're talking about repair requirements, right? So this takes us to the discussion about the ROI. So is it worth investing actually on these type of sensors to monitor water leakage?
Yes, definitely. So first of all, generally speaking, any water leakage detectors, it would help in improving operational efficiency in terms that you don't have to send somebody to frequently check if there's a leakage. So that's a labor cost for you.
So you only go when there is an alarm. Right?
When there's an alarm, it's not as required basically. Second is the prevention of asset damage. So we had an example from a client. I think that would explain an ROI perspective also here. So let's consider one building and what happened there in that scenario. So the water from the water meter rooms was seeping into the lift equipment area, and it was causing damage to the lift equipment. Now for them, this was causing an yearly damage of around $30,000 to $50,000. Okay, and on top of that, 2 to 30 days of downtime for lift equipment based on the criticality or the
sorry, is that 30 days?
Yes, of downtime.
Okay, 30 days of downtime, so the lift was completely unusable.
And which of course causes the tenants to be not satisfied with the services of the facility management and causes a reputation issue and everything. So we have our colleague itself, for example, like 2 days she was late because she had to climb the stairs or come down from the stairs from 22nd floors, and she was looking for another apartment because it's not at all convenient for her.
I see.
So this is something that's a common issue, and for a simple IoT implementation like this for that particular building, it would just cost them around, let's say, $7,000 to $10,000. Okay, we did a complete site survey and everything for that particular building. And so $7,000 to $10,000 is on a 5-year plan. So imagine how much cost they can save from lift damage, water wastage, and labor.
Of course, that $7,000 to $10,000, I believe, depends on the size of the building and the number of devices.
Yeah, this is the sizing for one particular building with the real data that we got from the customer itself.
I see. Perfect. So when we're talking about the benefits, so the benefits is not only in terms of operational efficiency, but also in terms of saving resources, of course, water, because you would know that there is a leak, and also saving the assets from getting damaged. So that definitely is a cost reduction there, because you won't have to spend time cost or money in repairs, right?
Exactly.
Like the elevator scenario you talk about, they were spending a couple of tens of thousands of dollars every year just for that, right? Well, and of course, finally, it is also the customer experience, right?
Definitely.
So it's very important, because again, inconvenience would be caused. So either if it's a residential building, the tenants would be very unhappy, and of course, if it's also a commercial facility, then it wouldn't look nice for the owners, right? Very, very good, very good. Well, I know you're the product manager of one of the applications in DisruptX, right? So you are basically developing the feature sets that work with the water leak sensors. Could you elaborate a little bit more on it?
Yeah, most of the solutions that I am in charge of developing are towards facility management and asset owners. So this targets their monitoring requirements mostly, and asset monitoring also. So we already have about, let's say, 20 solutions ready on our platform, on Ignite Shield application to be specific. And for our existing customer portfolio, for them it's just another benefit, or we are adding to that. So for them, it's just a plug-and-play solution that they're ready to deploy once they buy device license from us directly.
So it's very easy to.
So they can have water level monitoring, swimming pool monitoring, and indoor air quality monitoring, and just add water leakage to it. So they get alarms for all these solutions in one place.
So so it's sort of like a centralized platform with a lot of your
Yes.
different use cases being monitored at the same
Correct.
place. Excellent, lovely. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Nazha. That was definitely very, very informative. I hope it was as informative as well to our viewers, and of course also for our viewers who would like to always be updated about all things IoT. Please hit the like and subscribe button and follow us in our following episodes as well. Thank you very much.